non-Muslim people were like literally wanting to help in every single way that they can to people that need help.
And a lot of the countries I want to go to as well are Muslim countries.
The hospitality I've never experienced in my life, and especially coming from the West.
And it really got me thinking, people genuinely care here.
More than any other group of people, Muslims go way over the top in terms of hospitality.
Terlahir dan besar sebagai penganut Kristen, pemilik akun @kailis.muse merasa heran dengan maraknya pengakuan dari saudara seimannya tentang kedermawanan umat Islam. Selama ini, berbagai media arus utama kerap menyajikan kabar miring tentang Muslim. Namun seiring waktu, pandangan itu mulai terkikis, terutama setelah banyak orang dari negaranya melakukan perjalanan ke negara-negara mayoritas Muslim. Apa yang mereka lihat langsung ternyata sangat berbeda dari yang selama ini mereka dengar. Alih-alih gambaran negatif, mereka justru menemukan bahwa Muslim dikenal karena rasa kemanusiaan mereka yang tinggi dan kepedulian terhadap sesama. Bahkan di negaranya sendiri semakin banyak orang yang mulai memuji akhlak dan kebaikan hati umat Islam.
I have been seeing so many Islam videos on my For You page, and with that I have seen so many non-Muslims talk about their experiences with Muslims, both in the United States and in predominantly Muslim countries. Now, this has been very interesting because, as most Americans know, our Western media has made us quite fearful of Muslims. And you can kind of watch that barrier dissolve when these people are talking about their experiences, because they are actually meeting and interacting with everyday Muslims. And so anyway, all of their stories pretty much always sound the same. And that is that Muslim people were like by far the most hospitable, least judgmental, the least like stingy, literally wanting to help in every single way that they can to people that need help. Now, this obviously makes sense. If you read on Islam, there is so much that they do to like close that class gap, and they see that if Allah has blessed them, they are supposed to use that to disperse out and help bless other people.
Fenomena ini pun membuat Kyle berpikir lebih jauh. Ia mulai membandingkan lingkungan dan komunitas keagamaannya dengan Muslim. Menurutnya, banyak orang dalam keyakinannya yang lebih berorientasi pada konsumerisme dan materialisme. Bahkan, ajaran kebaikan yang diajarkan dalam agamanya seringkali hanya sebatas kata-kata tanpa tindakan nyata. Dengan kata lain, mereka lebih mementingkan harta dan gaya hidup dibandingkan menjalankan nilai-nilai kebaikan yang seharusnya diamalkan dalam agama mereka.
Now, it reminded me of something that I experienced in an evangelical church. Now, this story is so bad, and people are going to get all riled up because I'm bashing Christianity. I am critical of Christianity because I was born and raised in Christianity. And again, to clarify, because I have to do this every time, I am talking about Western American evangelical Christianity. I am not talking about Eastern Orthodox or Catholicism. The reason why I make that distinction is because our culture here is rooted in consumerism and materialism. It leads into Christianity. So I was at this church, and the pastor was telling this story about how he was at the park with his kids and he saw these other kids there, and he wanted to tell them about the gospel. I'm going to pause because I found that to be a little strange. You do not need to verbally tell someone the good news. You can literally let them feel it and experience it through you if you are radiating God's love. Anyway, so he wanted to tell them about the gospel, and he did not, because he felt like they would not be able to even understand what he was talking about or what he was saying, and that there was no chance that like they've even like heard about God or Jesus, whatever he said. And he goes on to explain how these kids looked really rough. They were covered in dirt. He just kept reiterating how bad they looked. And I was waiting for the moment of him having the realization of, oh wow, that is so antithetical to Jesus's entire mission. That was so problematic. But he didn't. And he just kept going. I just feel like that was such a ridiculously clear display of the deeply rooted issues, not in just like religion in the United States, but just in the United States. It bleeds into our religion. versus countries that actually have cultures and traditions that are not rooted in materialism and consumerism.
Saat ini, pandangan dunia terhadap umat Islam memang mengalami perubahan signifikan. Banyak non-Muslim dari negara-negara barat yang mulai membuka mata setelah sebelumnya terpengaruh oleh narasi negatif di media. Mereka menemukan bahwa Muslim tidak hanya memegang teguh nilai-nilai agama mereka, tetapi juga menjalankan akhlak yang begitu luhur. Sikap ini pun menginspirasi banyak orang, termasuk mereka yang berasal dari latar belakang berbeda, untuk lebih memahami dan meneladani nilai-nilai kebaikan tersebut.
बहुत ज़बरदस्त, so delicious. Say, kidnap for that? No, I must pay. How much? No. Please, brother.
Okay, thank you so much.
But I have to
Thank
pay.
you so much. No.
Are you
are
sure?
our guest. You are our guest. And please accept our hospitality.
I appreciate it so much, brother.
We are very thankful.
Thank you so much.
We are very thankful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd never been treated the way I've been treated in Pakistan. Even the second time I went back, it was way more hospitable, but it was literally the hospitality I've never experienced in my life, and especially coming from the West, where like hospitality isn't huge in the West.
The following are my 5 favorite things about Muslim culture. I've lost count of how many times I've been invited into homes for tea and coffee and even offered a bed to sleep in. When it comes to food, they will force you to keep eating. If you ask me, it's kind of amazing.
Something that happened that just shows, again, the kindness of people in Saudi Arabia. I went shopping in the mall this weekend, had a great time, and I went to go pick up some food. And this man was serving me, helpful, polite as always, and a lady came over and she said to me, "How long have you been in Saudi Arabia?" And a lot of people will ask you that, and I told her I've been here about 6 months now. And she said, "Oh, welcome to the kingdom. Do you like it? What do you think?" And people ask you that question so often, and it really got me thinking, people genuinely care here. How do you feel in their presence, and what do you think about their country, because they are trying to represent it in the best way possible.
What do I like about Islam? I love the way that people are really kind, they're very generous, very hospitable.
And a lot of the countries I want to go to as well are Muslim countries.
And it's such a special opportunity to live in the place where Islam was born.
You know, I've had so many interactions with Muslims. For the most part, they are positive. Like, they're very hospitable, so helpful, always wanting to help in some way. It's just like it's in the culture, it's in the people to just want to help, want to be of service somehow.
In Saudi Arabia in particular, we feel the safest that we have ever felt anywhere in the world.
I love the family aspect, the way it really gets everyone together, and I think that has a lot to do with the religion.